Hey guys, Alex Fat Ass Cat here, looking at the brand new Arrma Mojave that landed on my doorstep this afternoon. Gonna try to make this a quick video. Took it out for a first bash. I actually recorded an initial impressions, but I really wanted to include my thoughts on actually driving it. First comes first, though. 16th scale, 10th scale, 1/8 scale, I think they're calling it. This is the classic Mojave 1/7 scale, and then a 1/5 scale. Big chungus. It's the Mojave right here in the middle. Well, that's the Mojave. This is the 4S Mojave we're talking about. Here it is compared to a 10th scale, quite a bit bigger. Here it is compared to the 7th scale. As you can see, a little bit smaller. Not significantly, but definitely smaller. Quick thoughts about what I like about it. Most of that, what I really like, honestly, aside from the simplicity, because this thing is dead nuts easy to work on compared to these 8th scales. The body is really nice. What most people got caught onto was the paint scheme. Paint scheme looks great, but they put a lot of work into this. There's a molded front like bumper which says Arrma on it. I mean, even the 6S version doesn't get that. The other thing I really like is they have this body protector. I don't think I've seen another company do on a short course truck. This is what the lights are on, and this whole back strip is molded nylon plastic. That's really nice. The other thing they did with this body is they integrated a dirt shield in here. So this dirt shield, which is integrated into kind of the roll cage, and it has a couple points that lock into the body, helps keep your chassis clean. And I can confirm after running through some dirt and gravel today, didn't get any of that in the chassis itself. Maybe some like light grass and dust, not a lot compared to your typical short course truck. This is really nice because with these larger ones, you'd always end up buying these scorched RC fenders, and as great as those are, they're a pain to install. And this comes out of the box. Now, we're caught. Also, it has nicer body clips than the 7th scale. Funny enough. Okay, let's see, what else? I really want to get to the driving part. There you go, size of the 10th scale again, a bit bigger. Here's compared to the original Mojave wheels and the aftermarket wheels I have, so not a whole lot smaller than the 7th scale. Comes with the differential, that's the big selling point. Comes with the newer V2 4S shocks, which are nice. The CV sliders, which they seem to have sorted out. The chassis looks like they've reinforced it even more than they did in the previous V2 4S trucks. That's nice. Has a center diff. That's pretty big. Even the 4S Outcast and Creighton don't have that. Really nice. Hopefully it'll drop into the 3S cars with some modification. Also have rear mudguards on there, which is nice. They have a wheelie bar, which I can confirm is a little bit ambitious. Don't think you really need that, but it's a nice touch to have just in case you put more power in here, because there is more room in here for bigger electronics. Things I don't really like about it so far, mostly the battery tray. It had these little head inserts on the end. They're not great. And then the built-in chassis bit is kind of tall, so this battery like this, I ended up fitting sideways, so the wires wouldn't end up being cut on the ridge. Sorry, it's terribly filmed. All right, now to get to the good. This thing drives amazingly. This thing drives like the bigger Mojave. It's really plush, but it's really light. So for 4S, real light truck, it drives great. It's a lot longer than it is wide as well, which really improves the handling. This thing drives like I wanted the Slash to drive, really. It's kind of the ultimate like plush, but it's also not big and heavy and complicated. It's easy to work on. I did just trying not to gush too much about this truck just because it is new. It could still have problems coming down the pipes, but oh boy, I'm sold. A lot of people are looking at this and like, well, if you have the 6S Mojave, I don't think you need this. Honestly, I think this drives better. I'll throw in a little clip of bashing after this at the end of the video, although I don't have much because it was nighttime. Showed up after work for me, unfortunately. But it's lighter. You can tell it's lighter than the big Mojave, and it drives like it, even though it still has that kind of plush lean into the corner suspension. And then the big thing, which is real nice, it has a super good turning radius compared to the 6S Arrmas. My big complaint has always been the turning circle is miserable, which is fine on the bigger bashing trucks, but with Mojave, I think that's a pretty big negative from something that a lot of people kind of praise as a good driving car. This is it. If you're looking between these two, I think the RTR of this is now $650. You can't get the EXP anymore. For this, $500, you get the whole package, and I don't really, there's not really a whole lot to upgrade here. I definitely say this 4S is a good buy. Last thoughts on it before cutting to the bashing footage. I think it's a little bit over-geared. I was running it at about 75 degree Fahrenheit. No idea what that is in Celsius. Sorry, folks. And things were pretty toasty. I was running a 800 milliamp hour 4S SMC pack, but I didn't even get to the end of the pack. It was just a lot of kind of full throttle runs through grass. Admittedly, not a lot of brake time, but things were pretty toasty. So might be something I'll have to gear down come next spring, but otherwise I'm really excited to have this thing in the fleet. And I think there are a couple other cars that may be getting the nudge out the door, if you will, because I really like this thing that much. Don't think I have much else of note. Took it out, bashed it, crashed it, didn't break anything. I noticed this pulled out a little bit. Oh, no, it went back in. Such is life. Anyway, thanks for watching. This thing is the perfect size. It really is. Turns on an absolute dime.